Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Dunbar Snack Bar. It's time for MLB The Show 20, but I wanted to make a quick tutorial video on how to make stubs quickly and easily for use in Diamond Dynasty, in Road to the Show, in Franchise. Stubs is the currency that you're going to be able to use for that, and this is a technique that I learned years ago, but I wanted to share it with everybody. And one of the things that I have done, and I'll show this at the end of the video, is I have developed a tool that you can use. So that's how this video is different than others, to where you can go make some of these decisions a lot easier and quicker. So let's get to it. We're going to go into the community market. We're going to go to MLB cards. And you can do this with equipment, with stadiums, anything like this. But really what we want to take a look at is the buy now and the sell now columns. Basically, we want to look for what is the biggest difference between them that is within our price range. So even though I've got 15,000 stubs, I'm going to set a minimum price for 100 and then a maximum price 1,000. And we're going to filter that so I only see the cards that fit that category. You can do a pretty quick glance just to see what might be the biggest gap between them, because we're wanting to buy low and sell high. So, dang it, I went into the wrong category. We're gonna have to set this again, I'm sorry. 100 for the minimum price and 1,000 for the max. Okay, so we've got some legend cards and obviously some current players, but let's go down here and just, again, taking a look at what might be a big gap. Wow, Duffy's got a pretty substantial gap right here. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to take a look at the sell column, and I'm going to create a buy order that is one stub more than what I'm seeing. So 355 is the minimum in the sell. I just posted an order for 356. And there it is. What's going to happen is the next person who does an auto sell or a quick sell, I'm going to get that for the price of 356. So the next person who does it, right now, it's going to go to me. You want to try and keep it as close to what the next person is as possible. But one of the things you're going to notice a few times too is you may put in an order. We're going to do the same thing with Molina right here. The minimum is 402. So we're going to go 403. And by minimum, I mean the top line that's on there. So there's my 403. But sometimes you're going to put it in an order and see that somebody has already beat you to that, or has, even gone above what you're looking to do. So you may not be the top person in there. Let's do it one more with Roberto Perez here. Minimum is 311. We're going to go with 312. Put in that buy order, and there we go. So just like that, I've gone ahead and taken 3 players and am waiting to have somebody come by, do the quick sell, and then I will get that card for a substantially low price. What I'm going to do though, and here you go, you can take a look at your active orders. And what I usually do is I have this filled as much as possible, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm not going to do that today. But just try and put in as much as you can based off of your comfort level with stubs. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and play Road to the Show, and this is all going to happen in the background. So we're going to come back and see how things are looking. All right, so now I can go take a look and see where my orders are. I've done what I needed to do in the game to get ready for the series that I'm doing here on this channel. So I can go to my completed orders, and I can see that Molina and Perez, I've been able to acquire those cards. And so now that I have them in my inventory, what I'm going to immediately do is move to sell them. So we're going to go to MLB cards again. There's a few ways that you can go about doing this, but this is just my favorite way, is to go in here, filter by name. And so we will go Molina. We'll sell his card first. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look in the other column. So we were focused on getting one up on the sell now. But once we go into the category here, we're going to be focusing on what the buy now category is. So we're going to make a sell order that is one less than what you have in the buy category. So that way yours is the top one on here. So I'm going to have to sell him, since 700 is where we're at right now. I'm going to do something different though. I'm going to sell for 739. This may take a little bit longer, but boom, there you go. Whoever had the lowest buy price earlier, theirs was sold while I was going through and making that transaction. So now mine is at the top, and I didn't have to put $6.99 in there. So I am going to actually get some extra money for that. Let's go ahead and do this with Perez again. So I'm going to go into the cards category. We're going to search by name, and then I'm just going to type in Perez. And then we're going to go to Roberto Perez. And I can see right now the lowest buy price is $585. So what I'm going to do is create a sell order for one less. It's going to be $584. So now what will happen if someone does an auto buy, then they'll buy my card. And this is really all that you're having to do is just focus on what the difference is there. Like, what is the lowest price that you can get the card for, and what's the highest that you can sell it? The difference in price there is what you're going to come out with at the end. And there's nothing you have to do except just those actions. So if you get that full list going, you could go through and play a game and come back, and you'll have a lot more of them that have been sold. Sometimes it happens really, really quick. Nothing here has gone through yet, so I'm going to go through and just play a game of Road to the Show, and I'll come back. Okay, so here we are. Now we have been able to go ahead and complete our sell orders for both of these. So you can see Molina, I purchased him for $403 and sold him for $739. Roberto Perez, I purchased him for $312 and sold him for $584. That's just how you make the easy money. Let me go ahead and show you a tool that I've developed that I think is really going to help you make the smart choices on what card that you may want to select. Okay, so this is the tool that I was able to develop. It's just a Google Sheet, so it should be very easy to go ahead and use, and I will put the link in the description below for it so you can use this at any time. Now, all you need to be concerned with is the buy now price and the sell now price of the card that you are wanting to purchase. Like I was saying earlier, you can go through when you have that big long list of available cards, you can visually see where some of the biggest gaps are going to be. But if you're like me and you really want to make sure that the stubs that you're putting into this provide the greatest amount of return, a tool like this ends up being pretty helpful. So let's go ahead and just run a simple check on the purchases that we did. So let's take a look at Molina. So Molina, the buy now price, what it ended up being for us was $739. All right, so let's get that input right here in option 1, $739, and the sell now price was $403. So just knowing that with the purchase that we made, I ended up getting 262 stubs by really doing not much at all. And it was a 45.47% increase. That's substantial. Okay, what we did for the buy now price for Roberto Perez, gosh, that was a terrible Roberto. There we go. $584 is what the buy now price ended up being, and the sell now price was $312. So the difference there is $214 when you take into consideration the 10% tax that exists on there. And that was even a larger percent increase than what we saw with Molina, sitting at 46.58. So you can kind of see that there was more value going and acquiring Roberto Perez than Molina, but I ended up getting more stubs. So how you want to go and play this is completely up to you. I feel like where this comes in most handy is when you're looking at some of the higher end cards. So just shooting random numbers out here. Let's say you're looking at getting Mike Trout. Okay, so $259, $999 for the buy now price. And I'm just going to throw a few random numbers out here. I'm going to go 225,000, okay? So here you could see you're going to get 8,999 stubs out of it, again, when you're factoring in the tax there, but a percent gain of 13.46. So as you get into the higher tier cards, the percentage gain that you get is not as much as what you're going to find at the lower level. But, you know, again, that total earned, there will likely be a more substantial difference there. We really hope that helps you guys, this tutorial on how to get stubs easily and quickly for use in Road to the Show and Diamond Dynasty and franchise, all that type of stuff. I'm excited for what MLB The Show 20 is going to produce content-wise on this channel, so make sure you guys subscribe and watch the various series that I end up doing. It's going to be a blast. So anyway, till next time, guys, thanks for watching.